far the biggest downside to being a virtual assistant is that if you charge an hourly rate or you charge your clients in packages of time, you actually get penalized, i.e. you get paid less the quicker and the better you become at a task. So how do you avoid this? Well, it's quite simple actually. You can start charging fixed rate packages, which means it doesn't matter how long a task is going to take you, you will get paid the same regardless. However, it's not just as simple as simply going to your clients and saying, right, I'm not going to do it hourly now, everything I'm doing for you is going to be fixed rate, because it actually depends on what services you're offering. That will determine if you can in fact charge in fixed rate packages. So in this video, we're going to have a look at some examples of where you should definitely be charging in fixed rate packages and where charging as an hourly rate or packages of time will actually be more suitable. Right, so I'm just going to get right into this, okay, and I'm going to be completely honest. If you are a generalist virtual assistant, so you do a range of general admin tasks for your clients, you are going to find this a lot more difficult to package up. Okay, it's just going to be easier to either charge an hourly rate or charge in packages of time. The reason for this is, let's say for example you have a client, you've got a client called Sarah, and for that client you do a range of tasks. So let's say 1 hour you might be doing invoicing, then you might do a little bit of data entry, then you might do some of her inbox management, you might then answer some of her customer emails. Now these sorts of tasks, you are going to have no idea how long that's going to take you from one client to the next. So how are you going to package it up? So if you are a generalist virtual assistant, you do general admin tasks for your clients, charging either an hourly rate or packages of time is just going to be a lot more suitable. And if you're thinking, but Dion, I do not want to bloody get penalized and paid less the faster and the better I become at a task, well, that's absolutely fine. You don't have to, but we are going to have a look at the services you offer, because like I said, general admin tasks, very, very hard to package up. However, let's have a look at some services and some tasks which are quite easy to package up. Now, the first example is something that a lot of generalist virtual assistants already do for their clients, and it is social media management. Now, social media management can actually mean quite a lot of different things. It might mean that you help your clients with a range of different platforms, or it might mean that you strictly just manage their Instagram or their LinkedIn. It might include engagement, or it might not include it. It might include you actually writing the posts, or it might mean that you just schedule the posts or you just repurpose them. But if you are currently doing some form of social media management and you're charging an hourly rate for this, this is something you could definitely package up and charge as a fixed rate. So let's just say, as an example for a package, you could say, I will write 5 posts a week for you and it will cost X, Y, Z. And the thing is, it will cost the same amount of money regardless of how long this task is going to take you. As simple as that. So yeah, social media management is definitely something that can be packaged up. Another great service that you could package up is lead generation. Now, this is where a virtual assistant might find, say, 10 or 20 leads a day and engage with them. Now, the purpose of this is to find more leads, aka more clients for your client. Now, a lot of the time virtual assistants will do this as an hourly rate. This is actually something that I used to do as an hourly rate as well, but it's actually super easy to package up. Now, you can either do it in packages of time and say, for example, I will do half an hour of lead generation each day for you and it will cost X, Y, Z. But if you want to do this as a fixed rate package, you could reword it as, I will find and engage with 10 or 20 or 30 or whatever leads per day, and it will cost this amount of money. And it will cost that amount of money regardless of how long it's going to take you. Because let's face it, some days it might take you a lot longer to find appropriate leads than it does on other days. And you don't want to get penalized for the time where it takes you a lot less. So lead generation, again, is something that you can definitely package up as a fixed rate package. Now, copywriting is a skill that should definitely not be charged by the hour. I've seen this time and time again, and this is something again that I was definitely guilty of. Not guilty of, but I did. So let's say, for example, I started with a client, and this client was a consultant of some sort. And when I first joined them, it would take me, say, an hour to write a really decent, like long form social media post. Now, as I got to know their business a lot better, it then took me, say, 20 minutes to write an even higher quality level post after a couple of months. So they were actually getting much better work, but it was taking me a lot less time, so I was therefore getting paid a lot less. So this is the thing with copywriting. It's a skill that so much of the time you will definitely get a hell of a lot better the more you do it. So why the hell should you be getting paid less for it? So if you're doing any sort of copywriting, so writing social media posts or newsletters or blogs, especially blogs, then I would definitely recommend that you charge these as a fixed rate, not hourly, because the more that you do copywriting, you'll get better at it. You'll get a lot more skilled at it, especially the more that you get to know a client and their business. So you don't want to be getting paid less the better you become. It's like, it's insane. Podcast management is another favorite service that you should definitely be charging as a fixed rate package. Now, podcast management might include editing the podcast, so say getting rid of any sneezes or burps or awkward silences in the audio. It could include actually uploading it to the host website. It could include doing the show notes. It could include doing the graphics, and I'm sure there's another bunch of things that I've missed out as well. But again, this is something that could easily be packaged up. So you might say to a client, well, I will do all of that for XYZ a month. And again, it doesn't matter how long it takes you to do it. Chances are the more you do it, you'll get faster at doing the show notes, you'll get faster at doing the graphics. Doesn't matter how long it's going to take you, you'll still be getting paid the same regardless. And of course, we've just touched on graphics there very briefly with the podcast management, but we can dive into that even deeper. So if you do a lot of Canva graphics, or you're a lot more advanced than that, basically if you do graphics for clients, you can easily charge these as fixed rate packages. So let's say, for example, a client wants 5 Canva graphics done for her Instagram. You could just charge in packages to say, I'll do 5 posts for XYZ, or I will create 10 graphics for XYZ. Now, there's definitely more services that you can offer as fixed rate packages, but hopefully that's at least given you some ideas to run with and some inspiration if you want to move away from charging hourly or in packages of time. Now, that's it for today, but as always, if you do have any questions at all, or you would like further support in helping you to grow a successful and sustainable virtual assistant business, just check out the links below, and I'll speak to you soon.